shit, I'm live and my phone's ringing, but I don't know if that's gonna.
Mute me. We're in beautiful little Battery Point. I'll do a little drive around so you can see this beautiful, quaint little suburb of Hobart before I head home. I've got to pack my bag. I've got to drive up northwest Tassie tomorrow. Um, but this suburb, Battery Point's right on the edge of Hobart, but also right on the water's edge. Hey, cement shoes. How are you, Groover? It's a very posh suburb, by the way. Oh, look, there's a little boat going tootly, tootly, toot down the river. So this is the River Derwent, where Hobart is. So, yes, you can imagine what the views in Battery Point are like. And the homes are pretty nice. It's posh. My uncle and auntie bought an apartment here. They don't actually live. Yeah, it hasn't been rescheduled yet. So, I mean, you'll have to wait, Grover. I've got a funeral to go to over the next few days. So, it won't be till I get back. I'm not sure if it's going to be the weekend or next week. But I found a really good version of that story. I couldn't be bothered last night trying to get all of the screenshots in order, so I just Googled it and got the article. My God, it's such a gross story. Still going to be in it, cement shoes, don't you worry. So all of these houses on amazing waterfront views, and so do the ones on the right because they're elevated. But I'm just driving home. But I just wanted to talk about something that keeps happening on YouTube. The more I think about it, it's like this is actually ridiculous that people get so. Um, Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's one of my really good friends too. I'm a bit distracted by that at the moment, understandably. But I've just been at my uncle Paddy's and Aunt Lou's new housewarming. They bought a new apartment in Tassie. They don't live here; they live on the mainland. And I bumped into and have spent the entire time chatting to my stepmother, who I haven't seen for like I don't know, to have a proper chat with 6 years. So that's been interesting. She was the only person I knew there other than my uncle and auntie. I agree entirely, Miss Kay. That's precisely what I was going to discuss because I thought I might as well go live. It's still light. I've got to stop and get petrol when I'm down my way and do a few errands, things I've got to prepare before I head off tomorrow morning. But I thought, bugger it, let's just go live and talk about this because, yes, there are exceptions to the rule. But at the end of the day, oh, Miss Kay, I hope you were fine when I was chatting earlier on the cooking channel. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep conversations on that channel to cooking because otherwise I have to edit the videos because I want to get a new audience. There's a huge cooking show audience that I'm part of and they don't know about. I mean, not that I don't mind promoting my other channels, but um, I hope you didn't mind me saying that. But I have an issue too with the moral creators. This is all down around Salamanca place. It's very beautiful. Lots of bars and restaurants, and we actually just drove past a university campus that's literally on the waterfront. Like, there's all I don't know how many of you have seen around here, but I'll go for a little drive. But it's very pretty. So to the left of me, there's on the other side of this sort of little park, there's Salamanca Place, which is where there's a massive outdoor market on Saturdays, and then there's heaps of bars and restaurants. Straight ahead, behind the trees is Parliament House. They're the Parliament House lawns. Very pretty. But we're down around the docks. So I'm going to take you for a bit of a drive around the docks. Although it'd be really hard to get parked because it's a Saturday night and Hobart's jumping. And we had a beautiful day. Like it was a gorgeous sunny 27 degrees today and everyone's out and about and happy and oh you jerk, don't you hate that? Cars are we're gonna go straight and then they suddenly stop and go, actually I'm gonna chuck my indicator on right now. The nerve of some people. Great little pubs along here. Oh, I can't read small print when I'm driving still, babes, either. Sorry. The phone's such a long way from my face, but I think he said it's okay, so that's the main thing. See, we're down at the docks. This is all waterfront. And I've got a tailgater right at my clacker. It's not the spirit on this lovely summer's eve. Well, it's almost summer. Oh, go back. Read the sign, tailgater. It's 30. Who just beeped at me? So there's marinas and restaurants and hotels, people. There's all the things. It's absolutely beautiful down here. And it's right on the edge of the city. Like it is, the CBD is on the waterfront. It's very, very pretty. The old IXL jam factory that's now. Hey, the bridge that makes your fanny vibrate a little bit. I've had a glass of champagne. I'm not gonna lie, one glass. So yeah, I thought bugger it. I'm actually a bit sick of people crapping on about people making money on YouTube because although there are exceptions, like I don't like saying tragedy pimps. I'm trying to come up with another name for them, but the channels that just milk stories and make obscene amounts of money. It is immoral, but at the end of the day, it's the people that are paying them that are just as bad, you know. So if there are fuckwits out there that are dumb enough to give them money, who am I to say they shouldn't make money? If there's people paying for them to do that crap, which there are significant numbers of, then good luck to them. They've got to like their reflection in the mirror at the end of the day and like what they see. And I've never gone live on YouTube and ended a live and not been okay with whatever it is I've been talking about. But, you know, they work out very quickly. Hey, Kerry, how are you, gorgeous? They work out very quickly how to make money and they keep milking the story for as long as they can. You know, the fact that some of them were making more in a month. No, I didn't take the salad. It's actually 8 o'clock. It's 8 p.m. I know it still looks like the middle of the day. It doesn't get dark. It's not summer yet, but in summer it doesn't get dark here till like 10 o'clock at night. But no, the salad is at home. I'm going to have some when I get home. We just had an amazing meal. That housewarming was top notch, was catered and everything. It was very posh, actually. I felt a bit daggy coming down from the beach in my little boho beach dress, but I'm family. They can't kick me out. The poppy seed dressing is already soaking into the soil off my deck in my succulent garden. My succulents love all the shit I throw off the deck. That thing's gone. I cleaned up the kitchen and that thing went, along with all the fruit trimmings. And the 2 empty pineapple shells are down there too. I did get the rest of the pineapple out of them. And then I'll take the rest of it with me tomorrow when I drive up to the northwest because I like having my own food that I've made at home that's fresh and yummy and healthy rather than stopping and getting shit along the way. You know, the sausage and the sausage roll and coffee kind of pit stops. I pack my own cutlery and a little picnic basket and take my own food with me. So the fruit salad's travelling up north to the northwest tomorrow. I'll try and show you a little bit of the Northwest tomorrow too. Friday, the funeral's in the morning, and we'll be going to the wake, and then basically all of us are heading home. So I might even go live just for you guys to keep me company, but I don't know whether it'll be much fun. And it's a pretty boring drive. Like, it's straight up the middle of the island. It's all of the fringe areas, all the coastline of the island that are amazing. The Midlands Highway is a bit boring. But it might be fun just to have a chat. But yeah, I'm starting a movement on Facebook, on fucking YouTube. I think you saw something about AWP, but I'm not. This isn't about anyone in particular. This is a general comment I'm making. I mean, he's a piece of shit. It doesn't surprise me if he hasn't been paying his staff properly. But my point is, trying to start a movement here, Miss K. You're bringing the facts. What are you doing? Just generically on YouTube. Why the fuck shouldn't people make money on there? Hi, Mandy Hall. It's fucking amazing. Like, if I didn't work full time, I don't work full time. If I didn't work in a job that's like a full time job, and I had the time and the energy to make a decent amount of money on YouTube, you bet I'd have a crack at it. Why wouldn't you? Like, it's not free for me to go live on YouTube. I've got a lot of shit I pay for. Got to pay for StreamYard, got to pay for YouTube Premium, got to keep all my equipment up to date, constantly replacing that. I've just recently had to replace my mic and camera. I mean, I'm not envious of the TikTok generation, but the fact that there's a generation of kids who can literally wear next to nothing on a social media platform and lip sync to songs and make money off it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love having a career and a job and qualifications, but YouTube's a lot of work. I mean, a cooking live, for example, that goes for me for like an hour and a half. There's a good half an hour to an hour setting it all up, moving everything into the kitchen, getting all the ingredients and stuff out. Plus, I've got to pay for all the shit that I'm making, right? And then going live and then cleaning up afterwards. Like, it's often about a 3.5 hour effort. Now, I don't make money. I mean, the last time I got paid by Google was August, and at the moment I've got $78 estimated earnings because very few of my videos, even though my channel's monetized, I rarely turn monetization with ads on. And a lot of the time I play music and shit like that, which automatically means I can't monetize anyway. But my whole point is that, guys, you know I can't read chat while I'm driving in this sort of traffic over a bridge, right? But my point is I'm getting really tired of people are just genuinely making a living on, or not even a living necessarily, but making money on YouTube, being criticised by people that don't have channels and don't go live and don't put in the work. And I just think, fuck it. If there's an opportunity to make money on there, why wouldn't you? If you could feed your family for what you do on YouTube, why wouldn't you? And yes, there are exceptions. And yes, there's shady fuckers on YouTube. I'm not denying that. But ad revenue is pretty tiny. The real money comes from memberships and super chats. And people have to be paying them that shit. Like, if subscribers stopped super chatting and joining memberships, they'd probably have to make better content. But it surprises me, especially because the majority of people on YouTube are American channel owners, very capitalistic country. If you're interesting enough and you've got the talent to do something original, why shouldn't you make money? There's always going to be people that rip off the system. But, I mean, we can use Zap Girl as an example for what she did with Kylie Rodney, right? Estimated, what, 30 grand a month? The bulk of that money's coming from her memberships and super chats. It's subscribers who are paying her that shit. And yeah, I wouldn't like my reflection at the end of the day if I looked in a mirror and I just made money from perpetuating lies. Yay, Mandy Hall. Yes, that's my point. Like, what is wrong with people? It's work. And it doesn't pay well when you look at your hourly rate, especially my channel. Like, I've gone live every week since whenever I got, well, the 21st of August was the last time I got paid. I still sponsor the critters every month and I pay for that myself. But I'm not really talking about me because I'm not able to have a crack at generating an income on YouTube. But I just feel that people just keep going on and on and on about it. And it's like, well, wouldn't you do it if you could? Oh, God, Miss K, I'm so sorry. I can see you've just written a massive comment. And again, I'm on a highway. I'm so sorry. This is a bit, I will definitely read your comments later, though. I can see it's a subject you're very passionate about. And I agree with what you said earlier. But the thing is, that's where we as subscribers decide who we pay. Like, it's subscribers that are putting money in these creators' pockets, way more than any ad revenue. Members and subscribers. And as long as idiots are lining up, listening to this bullshit, and happy to throw money at these people, there's nothing I can do about it. Except wonder what it's like to be that creator at the end of a live, 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever, when they see their reflection, do they like what they see? And those channels are fleeting too with money. That's the other thing. Very few of them are still making that sort of money 5 years later, 2 years later, even 1 year later. They have their little moment in the sunshine and then it fizzles out because somebody newer and more interesting could still be a complete bullshitter, but they come along. But I don't know why I see so many subscribers going on and on and on about it. It's like, well, really, if you were told tomorrow morning when you wake up you're going to have a YouTube channel and you're going to get paid $4,000 a month, would you say no or would you say yes? I think you're chatting about AWP, Miss K. I'm not knocking the work they did. It just leaves a really bad taste in my mouth now, like everyone else, I think. I'm not knocking what they did, but I wasn't really talking about AWP either. I mean, I appreciated the work that they did. I feel sorry for the people that worked there that didn't know what the fuck this arsehole had done in his past because they're now all going to have to find jobs somewhere else. But I'm not going to sing their praises other than the work that they've done. I mean, AWP, as everyone knows, it's gone. That's the end of AWP. And yeah, if the other co-workers, and I listened to the interview of one of them who, as far as I was concerned, sounded incredibly clueless about it all and was also very respectful of the victims and acknowledged them. I also saw another one who didn't really talk about the victims at all. Talked all about himself and what was going to happen to AWP. That was kind of scummy, in my view. But I wasn't really going to chat about AWP. That's not what made me want to go live. What made me want to go live was there's been so many lives in the last few weeks and a lot of subscribers screaming in chat. I've had someone, I had to block a former community member because he just kept coming in and having a go at me about talking about the people that were profiting off Kylie Rodney and saying, well, you're making money off it. I was like, no, my channel's monetized, but this video is not, and no one gave me a super chat. I made nothing off it. But even if I did, I was probably live for 2 hours that night, and wow, you reckon the 18 cents I got is going to change my life if I would have even got that? And then I just thought, this is ridiculous. Like, it's a platform where people can make money. Google take a third of it. I pay US taxes. I have to do a tax return every year for the United States of America. I end up with a tiny amount of money. And the same thing translates if you're making $5 a month or $10 a month or $20 a month. But I'm thinking, why are we actually knocking a platform where there's social interaction, you get to meet people, you get to learn stuff, you get to make friends, you become educated about things. How cool is it that you can make money on it? And all these subscribers that are complaining about it, they want true crime, right? And they want someone to talk about a crime they're interested in. That someone has to research it and put things together and download clips and edit videos and do a mountain of work. Why shouldn't they get paid? It's actually work. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. YouTube's fun. But I'm also not making gazillions of dollars a year. Like I said, the last time I got paid from Google was the 21st of August. And my projected earnings at the moment, we're now in November, 3 months down the track, $78. Before anyone thinks that I'm, going to retire on my YouTube income, in 3 months I've made a bit more than a packet of cigarettes cost in Australia. But if I was going to get $7,800 for 3 months' work, so what? Finn and I put in a lot of work for batshit. It's... And again, all these channels that go, well, so-and-so, and I'm using Zab, only because I hear her being criticised more than most, making $30,000 a month or whatever. But the bulk of that is her subscribers giving her that money. And they can do whatever the fuck they want with their money. I personally think it's stupid. But if people throw money at her, you reckon she's going to go, no, I don't need that. I don't have bills and a mortgage or rent like everybody else. I don't need money to survive. Please don't give me money. I mean, it does shit me that they make money because they're going live endlessly, bullshitting about cases that are closed, move on. But someone else will pay that person the money. That just is bad. If you're going to get really butthurt about tragedy pimps getting paid money, why aren't you butthurt about all the fuckwits who throw the money at them? That's all I'm saying. Miss K, my God, you're on an AW. You should go live. I feel like you need to do a live about AWP. I wish I could read your comments, but I can't. But I keep saying AWP because that part of your comments in capitals. So I know you're still talking about them. I mean, Jared's a piece of shit. And he's capable of doing what he did to his cousin and his own sister. Are you surprised that he stole from the people who work for him? I'm not. Is that my lovely Ruth? I feel like doing a live on this topic. Not soon because I'm funeralian. I'm attending a funeral. I just tried to make up a word about funeral and I was halfway through doing it thinking that's probably the one word you don't want to mess with. Although I used to like the idea of being um, a funeral celebrant's not the right word. You know, the person that speaks at a funeral. And my business card was going to say, "Let me put the fun back into funerals." And then I thought, I probably won't get a lot of work. But I like a lovely celebration send off. Have you been chatting about it too, Turtle Dove? You're right on point. Yeah, good. And you're on the same, and you were doing it before me, but it was bugging me driving in. I was like, I might go live driving home because people need to get the fuck over it. You can make money on YouTube. All I say is be discerning about who you give your money to, you know? Because I'm sure the subscribers that are in one chat going, they're making money off a dead baby, are in another channel throwing money at the creator they love who's also covering the dead baby story. You know what I mean? Oh, God, I couldn't believe the tax forms for the US of A. I let them withhold the maximum amount because I couldn't read the boxes. Like, I couldn't read the print. The forms were tiny, but busy. I just said withhold the maximum. I mean, I think my gross earnings for the year is not even $1,000. So just I can take whatever you want. Google, take whatever you want. If there's anything left over, great. But I'm never going to profit on YouTube. Just the monthly cost of being a creator who goes live far outweighs any money that I'll make. But I'm not relying on YouTube for an income. But if I was able to, if I had the talent and the skills to make a decent living on YouTube, you better fucking do it. Why wouldn't you? You get to be your own boss, flexible working hours. If I made an income taking you guys for walks on the beach, you'd be like, holy shit, this girl is living the dream. I'd be your hero. And you'd all be mine, you know? Like, I'm 55, I'm nearly 56. I have spent my life working my ass off for assholes, for the most part. I do have a beautiful little home by the beach. I've got a gorgeous cat. I've got a sex bot. Sex bot, sex bot. You're a sex bot. Welcome. Find your, find your love here. I doubt it. I'm not actually going to stop. I'm going to do my errands tomorrow before I head off. I've got errands I can do at home. And I want to get home to my sunny bum and make a cup of tea and eat some fruit salad and pack. I'm going to pack my. Oh, no, I'm not actually. I'll do that tomorrow. I've only got to take out whatever I wear up tomorrow in the car, another little dress to drive home. And I'll be driving home in my funereal attire. So I was going to stop down at the beach if it was still light, but it might not be. It's lighter for you than it is for me. yeah, I think people just need to get over it because the reality is, I think it's fantastic. There are social media platforms you can make money on, and I know the amount of work I've done in the last 4 years, and I'm certainly not making an income on YouTube, and I never will. But I feel if there are people out there that are somehow able to give up their day jobs and make money on YouTube and it's enough to pay all the bills, good on them. Good on them. And if there are people out there that are pimping stories and making a living and they like their reflection at the end of the day, I don't know how they're fucking good, but if they do, good on them. Is that blue? How are you? Because I'm just a bit sick of people crapping on about it. It's like, as if you wouldn't do it if you could, you know? Why wouldn't you? I fucking love it. I don't like being a commuter. I don't like sitting in an office with no natural light. I don't like working my ass off on highly emotional cases and earning a community lawyer salary. And trust me, there are part timers on YouTube making more money than me for sure. If you want to be a rich lawyer, don't become a community lawyer ever. But I'd love nothing more than to work from home being a full time YouTuber. Fucking be brilliant. Well, I mean, and anyone who says, "Oh no, I wouldn't," well, you're a liar. All I'm saying is just be discerning about if you're one of those people who likes throwing money around YouTube, and I don't know why people do because Google takes a huge chunk of it. But if you are one of those people, be discerning. Or if you love the sensationalistic channels and you want to put money in their pocket, well, they'll continue to be sensationalists, right? Supply and demand. But I just think this constant arguing about people making money on YouTube, it's set up for you to make money on it. If you want clean money, earn it the hard way. If you want dirty money, be a scumbag. But at the end of the day, the platform is set up so people can make money on it. And so they can make money, and they do make a lot of money. A shitload of money. There's not a creator on YouTube that makes even a gazillionth of the money that Google makes on YouTube. The highest paid YouTuber, whatever amount they make, would be the tiniest little sliver of what YouTube is making, or what Google's making. I think people need to be a bit more creative. There's a lot of shit happening on YouTube, and scummy people are being exposed, and we've got so many interesting shit to talk about with all this constant unraveling of people on YouTube. It's like YouTube, I used to think it was a dive bar. Now I think it's one of those towns where criminals escape to, like the little transient populations, and it's just a matter of time before they're exposed. You know, there's something from their shady past that comes out. We talked about this the other day, like the number of different sagas we've witnessed with dodgy people coming out being fully exposed for the pieces of shit they are. I will stop down at the beach briefly, even though it'll be dark, because I just want to catch up with chat. I know Turtle Dove gets it. But yeah, I think it's time everyone, once again, refocuses their energy, stops complaining about people making money on YouTube, because as long as YouTube lets you make money on YouTube. People are going to make money on YouTube. Let's refocus. There are channels talking about interesting shit. There's scumbags being exposed. Some social media platforms are solving cold cases. Some YouTube channels are cooking recipes from 1973 that are fucking disgusting. And talk about that shit. That shit's way more interesting. It feels to me like when I see it, and it's popping up everywhere. Creators are getting yelled at about it. Subscribers are screaming about it. You might as well all just jump on a bus, these screamy people, and go to somebody's workplace. Just walk into an office building, any city in the world. Just load up as many buses as you can, and rock up at this office building in the middle of a city, and just all go in and just heckle every worker in there who's working their asses off for the day, that they're going to get paid for what they're doing. That's basically what you're doing, you whiny whiners. You're heckling people that are earning a living. And not everyone earns their living honestly. Not everyone is decent. There's scumbags everywhere. But that's what it's like to me. It's just like you might as well just go into an office building and just scream at people that are doing their jobs because they're going to get a paycheck at the end of the week. Do you know how many countries there are in the world that can't access social media platforms that we do, that would give anything to be able to make money online, on a social fucking media platform? Countries that have child labour still happening. Essentially, slavery is still going on. People working from dusk till dawn, shredding the skin on their hands, working their fucking asses off. Do you reckon if they found out that there's a social media platform where they could turn on, or don't even have to turn a fucking camera on, and talk for 12 hours and make more in that month than they will probably make in 5 or 10 years of their lives, or maybe 20 or 50 years? They think it was the best thing ever. And yet us spoiled little fuckers in capitalistic countries, we use it as a reason to yell at people. You're making money on YouTube talking about true crime. Yeah, do you know how much research you got to do for shit like that? If you want to be a good true crime channel, I'm happy to give people super chats when they've done the work or they've made me laugh. That's that's where the bench is for me. The not the bench, the bar. And I rarely do it. I gave a super chat the other day. I don't really know why, actually, because I thought I was being funny and my comment completely backfired. So that was a waste of time. I wanted my joke highlighted and it didn't hit the mark. I realised my humour doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone. Some countries just aren't fluent in sarcasm. What a shame. I'm sure it was an American who said sarcasm is the lowest form of wit. Here in Australia, we pride ourselves on our sarcastic sense of humour. It's how we're identified the world over. It's why I got repeatedly kicked out of class when I went to high school in America. God, I came out with some ripper one-liners that normally, only a year before at home, had I come out with them in my classroom, even the teacher would have been laughing her tits off. Over to the US I go, start delivering my wacky one-liners, and off to detention again. It's just being funny. Welcome to your world. Well, no, we're arriving in my world. I love my little coastal town. Dealing with low IQ, non-funny cunts. Exactly. No, Miss K, I get that. And I agree with you. Gosh, you're a dog with a bone tonight. I don't disagree. I think you're missing the point, though. I've actually said and agreed with you many times that there are exceptions to the rule. But at the end of the day, Miss K, even them, even the people that sensationalise and milk stories, I've been very vocal about those channels. But I've been vocal from the point that they're not waiting for factual information to come out and they're drumming this hysteria and creating these false narratives and hashtag team foul play and all that other despicable shit. But at the end of the day, Miss K, they are the exception, yes, but you're not going to be able to stop them making money. And the way you do is you hope that people stop paying them money. Because, like I said earlier, the bulk of the money they make isn't actually coming from Google and AdSense, it's coming from their subscribers. So I can't bitch about channels like that making money because that's the way YouTube's set up. But the fact that it's people that need to actually put the money in their pockets, unless they stop to the chats and stop throwing money at that creator, of course that creator going on if they can see their bank balance filling up rapidly. And like I said, if they can look at their reflection at the end of the day, kudos to them, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I'd hate myself. Criticize them for making money on YouTube because that's what YouTube is set up for people to do. What I will criticize them for, or what I will point out, is the harsh reality that people that are sensationalizing stories are often making way more money than the people that are actually out looking for a body, or the people that are pulling a body out of the water, or they're earning more in 3 months on YouTube than a nurse makes in a year, or any emergency services worker, or anyone who has a job where they have that stuff, when you look at the reality of it, is pretty horrible. But I can't call every single subscriber in those channels and say, stop giving your favorite YouTube creator money. So I'm never going to be critical of people making money on YouTube, however they make it, because that's how YouTube's set up. Such a gorgeous night, guys. There's a boat out there too. There's a catamaran moored out there. Oh, have you got a cunt of a storm coming, Turtle Dove? So yeah, I mean, it's just a shift in thinking and realizing that. I mean, it's not a shift. I mean, generally for people out there that seem to be constantly just crapping on about. It's a shame you guys can't see the yacht. It's right out. I've parked where it's directly out the front. You might be able to see the light on top of the mast. It's very pretty. I love you, Turtle Dove. Sweet dreams, baby. But yeah, my point is really just that criticizing people for making money on YouTube is ridiculous because that's what YouTube is. And if people could make money on YouTube, they would do it. They would do it. And I wish more people would do it. I'm going to be over the moon when my little $78 ticks over 100. I'll probably get a check in February. $100 every 5 months. I'm rolling in dough. And I've still got to do a bloody US tax return for that. For $200 a year, you've still got to do it. The view is beautiful. My little ducklings have already left. Oh, hey, Meg. Yeah, we've had incredible weather. We've had last weekend was amazing. Today was 27. We were actually hotter than Brisbane yesterday.
I'm so pleased to hear the rain's eased up in Queensland, though. That's awesome. A few of us were chatting about it at this party that I went. It was sort of an afternoon thing, but this thing I went to earlier, my uncle's 70th. Just how awful it's been for Queensland, New South Wales, and Victoria. So I'm so happy to hear that, Meg. Yay. Oh, this isn't a good one. I mean, it's pretty cement shoes, don't get me wrong, but plus the bay for watching sunsets is around the other side of the bluff. But oh god, I'll show you guys some sunsets. This is the tail end, but it is very pretty. But we put on. I mean, you can see the aurora australis from this beach. I love the red moons, but they scare me in summer because they usually are a sign of a bushfire coming. So my little ducklings, the 8 of them and their mum and dad, I rang Bonnarong Wildlife and they told me that the ducks and the ducklings would move very quickly. Like once the parents are confident that the little ducklings know how to stay with them and keep up with them, they move them. They move to where there's a source of water, like a little stream or a creek or something. So they said to me, don't get upset, but they probably won't be at your place when, by the end of the day, they'll be gone. And they'd gone before lunchtime. Wasn't it cute? I mean, I couldn't believe it. I've got another video I need to put up, but I've been down in the garden for about an hour and a half and hadn't even noticed that I had a family of ducks just in my garden. I've got 3/4 of an acre, but I couldn't believe it. And they were so cute. But yeah, they took them on all these little zigzags and took them through different types of terrain and basically trained them for a few hours and even taught them how to pick up seeds and stuff. And then they left. I didn't see them go, but hopefully they're safe wherever they went to. But it was just one of those beautiful things, especially with a really hard week. Having this lovely sunny weather and then having a family with little ducklings in my garden this morning, it was just, I feel like Tony, my friend whose funeral is on Friday, I felt like she sent them to me to cheer me up. Yeah, we've got great surf here. Meg, did you get down to Shipsterns Bluff? I mean, that surf is mental. I like the surf here. The surf here is fun. I mean, it's not like hardcore, but you can have a good surf here. Like it's good enough for good surfers, but it's also good surf to learn to surf on. So a lot of the little grommets and even the nippers further up the beach at the surf club will get to learn how to do that sort of stuff here as well. She's a really good friend, Meg. Yeah. Yeah. We're all very sad. It's never fun losing friends, but especially ones that you adore. If that's what you're talking about. Oh, but I might log off shortly, and that was really just the point I tried to make. Where did Miss K go? She had a lot to say. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to read it all, but I think we're on the same page. But yeah, my point was more that just that general people on YouTube going, you're making money off this. Well, that's how YouTube's set up. Like, get over it. And yeah, there will be scumbags that make money by being scumbags, but don't give them money. I refuse to say it's okay to beg for money when a YouTube creator, Jared, called cash flows 900K per month. Yeah, I don't. Look, Miss K, I'm on the same page. I don't like people taking advantage of people either. But someone's got to be putting the money in their pockets too. And this is the thing. It's a supply and demand issue. So like all these people that keep saying about YouTube creators making money on YouTube, if people stop paying them, they would have to either change their ways and become decent people and start creating original content, or they will leave YouTube like many of the scumbags do. But the blanket criticism of people making money on YouTube is ridiculous because that is what YouTube is set up for. And yeah, I mean, I worked my fucking ass off. I didn't get monetized till the end of last year. I did 3 years of YouTube before I was monetized. Who else does 3 years of work for no pay? You know what I mean? Like, hey, him animal. Yeah, it's sad. I'll be good though. I mean, it sounds weird, but I am looking forward to just going up to the northwest of Tassie with all of, the girls that work with Tony as well and meeting her family and family members up in the northwest that none of us have met but have heard about. And it's going to be a very sad day, but it's also going to be lovely because we all adore her. So we'll all be together, and that's the nice thing about funerals. It brings people together. I agree. But I can't start talking about it again. Thank you, Miss Kay. Yeah, I've already talked about the honest buck versus the dishonest buck. But my point is, creators that are honest and creators that are dishonest will continue to make money on YouTube while people continue to give them super chats and join memberships. I don't know if I'm making my point very clearly. Honey, I don't know enough about it, and I'm kind of, no, yeah, I can't right now. I've got to go home and pack a suitcase to go to a funeral, and yeah, like I said, I think you should go live about it, Miss K, because you've got. It wasn't about AJ. This live wasn't about them, and I'm not surprised that there's all kinds of horrible shit that guy's done. I mean, hello, look what he did as a teenager. He wasn't going to be an upstanding adult when he started life being a piece of shit like that, was he? I know you're pissed, but I don't have the energy or the fire in my belly to have this discussion. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, Miss K, because I don't know enough about it. It's obviously a topic that you are very fired up about. It's just not the right time for me. I'm regretting actually going live now because I was more exhausted by listening to people on YouTube driving in, and that kept coming up on so many different things. Like my autoplay was bouncing me around on clip channels, and I reckon I heard 6 things in a row of people complaining about people making money on YouTube. It wasn't to zone in on any particular creator. And yeah, there's grifters, but in our real worlds, when we're walking down the street and there's someone who's a genuinely homeless person who asks you if you can give them money for food, and you say, look, come with me, I'll buy whatever you want right now. The ones that go with you need food. The ones that go, don't worry about it, wanted your money to buy drugs. So look at it that way in simple terms on YouTube with the creator. The creators like Gray Hughes, for example, who puts in hours and hours of work, and gets super chats because he works. Compared to Zavgirl, who went down the foul play road with Kylie Rodney for months on end and made a shitload of money. If I was going to super chat either of those two creators, it would go to Gray, not to Zav. Oh, now I'm getting the I'm out thing. I just tried to converse with you. I was just expressing. From the moment you came in, you've talked about AWP, and I haven't been able to read your comments. I can see that you're really fired up, but I'm also respectfully saying I can't go into that. That was all I was saying, and then I get the I'm out. But sweet dreams, Miss Kay. You know I love you, girl. In fact, I think it's just time for me to end this live anyway, too. Sweet dreams, everyone. I've got a long drive tomorrow and a few appointments in the morning before I go. So I'm not sure when I'll be back. I'm trying to do topics of substance on YouTube, and I think maybe I should just go back to being an idiot. It seems to be what I do best. But I love you, Gravers. Thank you for dropping in, and have a beautiful Thursday. And I'll see you all again very soon. Stay groovy, everyone. Love you guys.